Hey guys, here's a little post-hurricane report. So it is Thursday, September 29th, and Hurricane Ian just went through. This is in Melbourne, Florida. So right now we're looking at the front yard. This is right by my neighbor's house. A little bit of flooding. You're gonna hear some traffic, so I'm on the main road here. We got a lot of branches down, a lot of palmettos. So across the front of the property, I've got Mexican sunflower, and that took quite a beating. We also don't have power, so I'll insert a little video clip in here of the what happened. It's basically a tree fell on some power lines, not on my property, but it's the feed that feeds my property. You see, we've got a tropical almond here. Lost a pretty good sized branch there, and all these Mexican sunflower are knocked over, but they're pretty easy to clean up. Now this morning I had to cut down a couple of Mexican sunflowers. So they had tipped over and they were blocking the entry into the property. So you can see that one's been cut down completely. This one cut most of it down until the chain came off my chainsaw, but it was enough so I could open the gate, and I had to go borrow a generator from my neighbor. I have two generators and both of them failed. So much for redundancy there. This is kind of interesting. Here's the take a plant, leave a plant stand. And we really had a lot of wind. And there's still plants sitting on the shelf. They did not get blown off. Now this was a strategic location that I picked because it's protected, but I did not expect all those plants to stay on there. So I'm gonna walk around here a little bit. So nothing significant, but a lot of plant and tree damage. Nothing to the house. Still have our mailbox. We've got a whole bunch of relatives staying with us right now. They actually evacuated from Port Charlotte, which was ground zero. So at this point, they don't know what their neighborhood looks like. So a lot of palm fronds laying around. I haven't even actually walked back by the chicken coop yet. So let's do that. So yeah, just a lot of yard mess. Not much damage as far as like anything that would kill trees. You know, take them out permanently. There's some papaya in the front that were knocked over. I think I can tip them back up, brace them. And there's still a lot of water on the ground. So I'm gonna kind of walk on the high road here. This isn't meant to be a full property tour, of course. I'll do that on another video. You can see there's a lot of bare ground here. We're building a pool. As part of this process, we're changing the slope on the side of our property a little bit. Okay, here's wax jambu, looking good. Black sapote. I do see a lot of fruit on the ground, Barbados cherries and such. Well, let's see how the chickens are. Anyways, we're building a pool right now, and as you can all probably guess with the way things are, this is taking a long time. Chickens seem okay. Hope I don't see any dead ones. I don't. I'm sloshing through the mud here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 chickens. Everybody made it through okay. A little puddling in there, but they look pretty good. See, we've still got some wind. Nothing like it was last night. Lots of palm fronds. Again, I don't see anything major broken. A lot of things leaning over. That's not a big deal. There's a coral tree kind of knocked over, but I can tip that one back up. These are some nuisance plants along the whole property edge. It's these Brazilian peppers, and I actually just cut them back. So a few of them are leaning over. Mulberry looks good. Oh, here's some banana damage. These are ice cream bananas. Looks like we're going to lose those. Not a big deal. They grow back. I'm just kind of looking around here as I go. So what you're seeing is, as I'm seeing it too, there's some stuff down here. The Mexican sunflowers really seem to not like wind. Anyways, if you see that back there, that's the yucca or cassava, however you pronounce it. Got a duck down here. Got some branches. Still nothing really bad. Just gonna be a lot of cleanup. I'm okay with that. Now I did snap some Mexican sunflower down back here because it was touching the lower power line. Before I knew what the main problem was, I thought I'll just go ahead and clear what I can. So again, this is a Mexican sunflower. You can see they're all pushed over. Pretty big plant. As soon as the ground gets wet though, they just don't have any stability. Really shallow root system. And it's tipped over on this moringa. Look at all these pods. This thing's loaded with them. So here's the Mexican sunflower. I snapped a few of these over. This chaya blew over. So the wind must have been coming from the south, because this is tipped over, pointing north. So I'll probably just, it's like the Mexican sunflower, the real shallow root system. So I'll probably just cut it, just let it grow back in place. Sneak around here. Again, we still got some flooding. That'll go down pretty quickly. You can see these are all like trampled over. Is that my fig? Oh, I'm not happy about that. My fig got hit pretty hard here. See all the figs on it. But it got knocked over. There's another fig over there. We just walked by. That one looks fine. So what's interesting is the figs seem to do fine. It's just the other plant knocked it over. And it still has a lot of figs on it. So that's good. All right, let's continue on. Just palm fronds. There's a tropical almond tipped over back there, but that's just wasn't really planted there. It's just an extra tree. I was going to cut it down anyways. Lots of flooding. Lots of palm fronds. I don't really want to walk through all this water. So, let me go around. I'm trying to get to the garden area. Or I'll call it the propagation area. See how that held up. I don't know if you can hear in the background, I got that generator running. We're on well water too, so no power means no water. So it's pretty important to get that going. I see another pretty good sized banana tree over there knocked over. Looks like it has a rack of bananas on it. So you can see that there on the ground. Loading the bananas. This is actually the back side of the other ones I looked at. So those will actually probably ripen up. I can leave it here or maybe prop it up. Here's my pond. What's left of the pond. That was reduced in size due to the pool. Here's the Java plum. Looks like a lot of the fruit got blown off, but some remains. And pretty much this will be the last thing we look at over here. So you can hear the wind is still kicking up pretty good. Now this is just an ornamental tree. It's tipped over a little bit, not bad. Let me get this, get that out of it. And here's the garden propagation area. Looking, I don't see any problems. I see a couple tipped over, but not bad. Again, lots of palm fronds. These are my new datel peppers. Oh, good. Looks like they're going to make it. See all the peppers on them. And you can see I use my my new earth box cover clamps. I use the stands. And hey, this is a good marketing for these, because these guys just went through a tropical storm. They're still here. Couple plants tipped over here. Nothing major. I'm really happy with the results, other than losing power, which usually isn't a big deal, but we have a lot of extra people in the house, including some kids. So hopefully we get that back relatively quick. I guess I'm gonna come back out and fix this stuff later, except that little palm tree. A lot of these came from the plant stand. I've gotten a lot of new stuff from there. I think that's about it. We're in good shape. Just hope to get the power back on. But for now, we have the generator, so we have water, we have limited power, we don't have air conditioning or any of the big stuff, or no hot water. And it looks to be about it. So right after this clip, I will do a little video on the down power lines. And thanks for checking out my video.